Happy Sabbath, family. I wanted to speak to everyone that's listening on my panel. How can you actually read the Torah and not know that it's about a people? How can you read it and know that it's not about melanated people? Even throughout the Bible, how can you not know this? Yahuwah and Yahusha and all the disciples and all the people are making it so clear it's about us. But we've been indoctrinated by these scholarly Jews, these Ashkenazis that have been the head and not the tail. They've been over the media, they've been over education, they've been over government, they've been over all the financing and the banking system, they've been over entertainment, they've been over everything, and now people's eyes are starting to open up. I mean, don't you think that's odd that the Prime Minister of Israel would make a statement about an American citizen that was not in any type of political office? And why he's all over the news station, and what we really haven't even heard from our own president, what's really going on? Has Israel taken over the U.S. government, and finally Trump is bound down to Israel? Well, we're going to talk about who they are. And we're going to compare Israel, which is Yashar'el, because, they changed every name into English. They went from the true names to the Greek, to the Roman, now to the English. So we're going to talk about who they are and who we are. Yashar'el, the nation that comes from Jacob, whose name Yahuwah changed to Yashar'el, Genesis 32:28, Israel equal the 12 tribes. Yehuda, one of the 12 tribes, not the whole nation. The kingship and Messiah come through Yehuda's line, Genesis 49:10 and Matthew 1:1-3. Jews, Yehudim, originally meant only the descendants of the tribe and kingdom of Yehuda, especially after the split of the northern and southern kingdoms, 1 Kings 12. After the exile, the word expanded to include those from the southern kingdom, Yehuda, Benjamin, and Levi, but still not all 12 tribes. Judaism is later a religious system that developed during the Second Temple period after the Babylonian exile. It was a mix of Torah traditions and added laws from men, not from Yahuwah. Mark 7:6-9. Yahusha often rebuked those traditions. So you are correct, and I'm correct. Ancient Israel never practiced Judaism as the modern religion. They were commanded to walk in Torah covenant, not man-made tradition or any type of religion. The state of Israel, created in 1948, was a political project, Zionism, not the restoration of biblical Israel. Zionism, a nationalist movement that we're seeing now by mostly European Jews and Americans now, to establish a homeland in Palestine. It was supported by Western powers, the Balfour Declaration, British Mandate, UN vote in 1947. This was not Yahuwah's regathering of his covenant people, because prophecy says when he regathers Yashar'el, it will be by his hand and not by man's hand or any type of politics. And that's in Ezekiel 37:21-22. Yashar'el will dwell in peace and never be uprooted again, as in Amos 9:14-15. And Yahushua will reign as king, Isaiah 11:1-12, and Jeremiah 23:5-8. And he would hide us where no one will know where we're at. None of this is happening in 1948 when them people went to the Israel today, which is not the actual Israel in the Bible. Instead, there's war, corruption, and unbelief in Yahusha. Now, I know they don't believe in them because I was over there. They do not believe in Yahusha. I don't care what Bibi says they don't. They don't even fit Deuteronomy 28. Modern Jews, Ashkenazis, and the Sephardi do not even match the curses of Deuteronomy 28. They were never taken to slavery by ships. They never lost their name or identity. They are among the richest and most powerful groups today, not the tail and not the head, like I said before. The curses instead fit the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade and the other scattered peoples of African descent and the Black Americans who lost their identity, were enslaved, mocked, and oppressed worldwide. Therefore, modern Jews cannot be the covenant and chosen people described in the Torah and prophecy. So who are they? Yahusha identifies them prophetically, not by prediction, not by like psychics do, Celeste and other people. It's Revelations 2:9 and 3:9. I know the blasphemy of them which they say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Why would he say they are Jews and they are not? Why would Yahusha say this? They are impostors who took the name of Yehuda and Yashar'el to gain religious, political, and economic power. This deception is why the world believes they are Yahuwah's chosen people, while the true descendants of Yashar'el are scattered, oppressed, and hidden. The truth of ancient Israel's identity is not identified by religion, Judaism, but by bloodline and covenant. Jacob and Yashar'el's children equal to 12 tribes. Yahusha, the Messiah, came through Yehuda's line, but he came for all of Yashar'el only. Matthew 15:24. Today, the scattered descendants of Yashar'el are waking up to their true identity, fulfilling prophecy. Deuteronomy 30:1-6 and Isaiah 44:1-5. Ancient Israel was never called Jews. Let's just get that straight. Or Israelis, or practitioners of Judaism. Let's just get that clarified. Modern Ashkenazi and Sephardi Jews are not bloodline Yashar'el. They are mostly converts and impostors of the synagogue of Satan. They do not fit Deuteronomy 28, and the true Yashar'el is scattered, oppressed, enslaved, and only Yahuwah will regather them when Yahushua returns. So if you're really reading the Bible, and I want to challenge these Gentile pastors. And I'm not even talking about the white pastors. I'm talking about even the black pastors that still call on Jesus, that still call on God, that still call on Christ, that still calls on, you should bless Israel and those who curse Israel be cursed. They're talking about those people over there. And how does the prime minister have so much control in our American government, in our American media? Why does he have so much control? When I was over there in 2018, when President Trump was president in 2016, they had a big old statue of him in front of the embassy in front of Jerusalem. See, we had to tour that, so we had to see them. And they also took us on a tour through the Holocaust, which I didn't go through. See, they tried to make it look like they are the people by pushing this Holocaust in our face, showing all these different things that happened to their people. But they don't want to ever talk about the slavery that they put our people through, our ancestors through. See, I know that there were people here already on this earth, even before it was the USA. USA is only like 400 or 500 years old. So there was people already here. They didn't have to have names. It was tribes. They had their own agriculture. They had their own language. And Yahuwah had his own people. And everyone knew who the Israelites were. And they knew that if they had to fight the Israelites, they had to fight Yahuwah too. And those people have tried to destroy us year after year because they had an agenda and they had an assignment. But Yahuwah is exposing who these people are. And if you're opening up your eyes spiritually and physically, you will find out the truth if you want to. period.